Hi folks, this is Karim Raouf for IT Visualizer channel. We will continue our lab, the Red Alert Lab. This is the video number 85. We have been discussing in the previous video the following. We have been now working for two videos on applying the App Locker feature, which is implemented through the group policy. The App Locker feature, in simple terms, it is a tool provided by Microsoft to control which programs the user can run on their machine. Okay, so and this is a very important tool to use, because through this tool we will only limit the user to run certain programs that we are certain it is fully patched with the latest security patches, and will prevent the user from running portable programs that can overcome our restrictions that we have implemented through the group policy on their machines. So the portable programs, a user can use a program that it is not listed, or it is not installed on his PC by downloading it from the internet. A portable program, it is a program that doesn't need installation. It can run within a certain folder, or it will run from an executable files. It doesn't need to be installed on the Windows. So the App Locker will help you to control the programs that will run or a user can run on his machine, and it will block the portable programs from running. So a portable program, it is a way user can run a program that is not installed on his machine, and he doesn't have any rights to install. He is a standard user anyway. So we have discussed in the previous two videos how we can apply the App Locker group policy using a documentation by the National Security Agency and Central Security Service of the United States. So this is documentation provided by the National Security Agency and the Central Security Service of the United States. It's a very detailed documentation. It is very simple to understand. It's not written in technical terms or written in difficult technical terms. So we have discussed in the previous two videos this documentation, and I think this is the last part, or this is part 3 in this documentation. I think we will finish it today with God will. In the previous video we stopped at how we can monitor the App Locker performance, or the App Locker implementation, or the App Locker results from the event or the Windows Event Viewer, and we have listed a couple of event IDs. Through it we can monitor the App Locker performance. Okay, and we have seen in the previous video how we can make a custom view log, so we can see the event IDs related to the App Locker. Okay, we will continue from where we have stopped the last time. So here we can see that this is the custom view, okay, for the App Locker. Here we can see, if we get the properties of this custom view, we will see here that in the setting of this custom view it is filtered to the App Locker ID. Okay, so if you wait for a moment, we will see it is only, or it is filtered to only display the App Locker IDs. Okay, and this is where we have stopped the last time. Here we can see tailoring rules. Here is saying that you need to test the App Locker rules, okay, if you put it in audit mode, and monitor the event logs and see if the event log contains useful data. So for example, the event log can tell you that, for example, the App Locker is blocking programs that it should run, and the opposite could happen. So you should wait until you have a sufficient amount of logs generated by the test policy, okay, or the policy that the App Locker which is put in audit mode. We have discussed before what is an audit mode. In order to create effective rules or exceptions, your logs need to have enough data to reflect normal system usage. So the logs should be monitored on a normal operation, or a normal PC that have normal operation on it. Okay, not a PC, for example, that it's not used frequently. We should test it on a frequently used machine and frequently used applications. So he's saying here that you need to tailor the rules. So maybe the rules need to be modified. So you need to modify your rules based on the event logs collected. So you can collect the logs through a collect server log, or you can collect them, or you can see them from locally within the machine. So this is what this documentation is telling us. So he is telling us you need to tailor the rules. Okay, he's saying for ease of implementation during initial tailoring, assume that logged applications behaviors are legitimate. Later during enforcement, assume the opposite. Okay, so here he is he's telling us you need to tailor your rules, and then he is making a decision tree, or he is telling you, or is giving you a diagram so you can use it to make a decision concerning an app locker rule. I will show you this diagram. This diagram simply says, or it is in very short terms, is the rule is working? Okay, it is working perfectly. It's not working. Why it's not working? So you need to take another step, and another step lead to another step. This is called a decision tree. Okay, he is saying another thing, that when you are creating rules, make sure that they are not general rules nor too specific rules. Okay, anyway, I will show you the diagram, because we don't need to go further, because it's something related to your management decision, or it's something related to decision making. So here we can see this is the diagram. For example, start, if you are, for example, need to know if your rule is working perfectly or not. Is the file authorized, or is the app locker rule authorizing the file? Okay, yes. Is the application function properly? No. So for example, if the rule is authorizing, or the app locker rule is authorizing the file to run, is the application function properly? No, it's not. And is app locker cause of the issue? Maybe the app locker rule need to be modified. No, the app locker does not need to be changed. Check what else is the case. So this is called decision diagram. So it is a very simple decision diagram. You can all see and implement. This is very simple. Another step leads to another step, leads to another step. At the end, this is a very good decision making diagram that you can use to troubleshoot an app locker rule. Okay, so this is good. I think we can pass this real quickly, because we don't need to go further. So this is the decision tree in diagram, and this is a decision tree in words. So you say, is the file authorized? If you are sure, search the file to determine if it is legitimate for your organization or system. Once you have the answer, start over from the beginning. So what is written in the diagram, or what is graphically presented here, it is presented in text. Okay, so you can read it. We don't need to go further in it, because it contains a lot of things here. After that, create app locker rules, edit app locker rules, delete app locker rules, audit entire domain or OU. We have said before that you can put your app locker rules in audit mode. Okay, but if you need to audit your app locker on all of your domain, this will create a lot of logs. So he prefers here in this documentation to make an organizational unit and put in it some PCs to test. Or we have done in the previous video something, we have created a security group and put some PCs in it, or one PC from every department, and put it in an Active Directory security group, and then test it, or test the app locker rules on it. You can test it, the app rules in audit mode or in enforcement mode. It is your decision to make. Okay, so he's saying here that you need to audit entire domain or OU. I think the most suitable decision is to audit an OU, or audit a security group, or to make a test group. This is the one that we have been talking about. Create app locker alert on users' computers. So this is one of the things that was previously done, or what he is saying here, that you need to inform the user if the app locker will be applied on his PC. You need to give him a warning message. For example, if he's trying to open, for example, the Chrome, and there is an app locker rule to block the Chrome, then you need to have a message that will appear for him saying that this program is blocked according to an app locker rule. Anyway, here he is using the task scheduler to pop up this alert message, but actually popping up messages using the task scheduler, it is a deprecated function. So you can do tasks through the task scheduler. You can send an email when an event happens, or you can pop up a message when an event happens. These two features are already depreciated in the task scheduler, so it's no longer used. It's depreciated from Windows 7. It's now not available in Windows 10. So this is not available on Windows 10 PCs, so we can pass it quickly. But if you have Windows 7, and I do not recommend using it now, you can have a message popped up to alert the user when an app locker rule is blocking a certain program or a certain service. So we can pass this real quickly because it will not help task scheduler. So this is not, because it will not work. Actually it will not work here. So for example, you can see, let me show you the error that will appear here. So if we go further, let me show you what will happen. Again, no, I need to get the message. Here we can see that, let's wait for a moment. No, I need to get the message. So if you go further, let me show you all what will happen when the rule is created. So if you can go further here, okay, and then tell him okay. Let me see here, or let me show you all what will happen. If we tell him okay here, this is the message. Okay, again. So if you tell him okay, let's see now, when you tell him okay, what will happen. If you go further here, this is a depreciated, or let me go further again. So if you go to the action button, okay, let me show you. If you tell him okay, he will tell you that this task will not be available, because if you go to triggers, okay, an event, action, no, wait for a moment. So here display message is depreciated feature on the task scheduler. Okay, so here we are creating a rule or a task to pop up a certain message when a certain event ID relating to the app locker is written in the Windows event log. Okay, so depreciate or display message is depreciated, so we will not be able to use this feature. Let me show you all the warning. I need to put it or let you show it. So I think this is done already, or we cannot use the app locker pop-up message feature, because as I said before, it is depreciated, so you cannot no longer pop up a message through the task scheduler. Okay, so you can pass this section in the documentation. Okay, enforce app locker rules. Here is saying that, if we can go further, sufficient audit and tailoring have been performed, so there are no false positives. So after you audit your rules or app locker rules, or when you are putting your app locker rules in the audit mode and you test the policy quite well for a certain amount of time, and you have collected the Windows event logs and test the app locker rules, you can change them from the audit mode to the enforcement mode. This can be done very simply and very easy. So here you will go to the enforcement and then enforce. Here we can see that this is the we have finished documentation. All of these are the appendix. If you need to do the rules manually, if you need to put the app locker rules or create the app locker rules manually, you can do this through the appendix or reading the appendix, or you can import them directly without any effort by importing the starter policy.xml. This contains all of these rules. Once we will see this in the group policy, we will go and see that all of the rules are already created and they are working. If you need to create them manually, here is the appendix, or here is the documentation that show you how you can create these rules one by one. We have already a file that contains all of the rules, and we have imported them directly in the previous two videos. Okay, so this is documentation. You can use it to see how you can create the rules manually. And at the end, there is a couple of things we will use, or we can the events related to the app locker, we can get more info from it using some PowerShell scripts. We will discuss this in the previous video. Okay, so what we are doing here I am creating or putting custom view logs. Okay, I am creating custom view logs on all of the machines. So here I need to do something here. I need to let me tell you what I'm doing here. Here I need to, in every event or event viewer in every machine, I need to have a custom view log created for the app locker IDs. Okay, so I am doing this here. I am creating an app locker custom view to be applied to all of the event viewers in all of the machines. So my event logs are customized to the app locker IDs. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. Here I'm trying to do this by creating, through the file, I need to import a custom view file to the event logs. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm telling him to replace or to insert a certain file in the event viewer in every machine. This file will create a custom view log to view the app locker IDs. Okay, so these are all custom view logs. I need to import them, so I need to push them to all of the machines in the domain. So when I open the event viewer on any machine, I will have some custom view logs. One of them will contain, or one of these custom view logs will contain the app locker IDs. Okay, so this is custom view number 0. This is the file I need to copy to all of the event logs. Okay, event logs. By the way, just a moment, I need to discuss something here. So what I'm doing here I'm telling him to put a custom view log file in the location of the event viewer folder on any or every machine. So what I'm doing here, if you go to C program data, Microsoft, and then event viewer and then views, here is the folder that contains the custom views on every machine in the domain. Okay, so here I'm telling him, please insert a certain custom view file in on every machine in the domain for in the event viewer folder. So again, what I'm doing here, I'm telling him to import or to put a certain file in the event viewer folder on every machine. By inserting this file, when I open the event viewer on any machine, I will see my custom view log concerning the app locker. So how this, I'm doing this through a group policy. So let's see how I can do this. So I tell him to copy a certain file to put it in the event viewer folder on every machine. So here, this is number 1. I have a couple of custom views, not only related to the IDs of the app locker, but other things. So the source file, this is the source custom view log or custom view template. It will be applied to the destination file of the machine. So we create it, and then it needs to be applied. Item target levelizing, apply once, and do not apply item target levelizing. This should be applied to the test PCs in my domain. So I have a security group called test app locker view or app locker PCs. I need to apply this custom view log to them. Okay, so test, and then okay, and then okay. So now we have it applied. We will test this setting. I will show you practically when we go to a machine, one of the test machines that I test the app locker on it, and open the event viewer on it. We will see that there is a custom view log for the app lockers on this machine through the event viewer. Okay, so this is it. Here I am making a lot of event custom views. Okay, not only for the app locker, but for example, login of users and logout and other things. I have I see it useful. I will show you this, don't worry. We will see this practically, okay, when we apply it. So we apply this group policy and you will see the result. So don't worry, okay, you don't worry about the result, we will see it. Okay, so these are all custom view logs that collects and categorize the event IDs in the event viewer and put it in certain views or certain custom views. So we'll do this. We have 8 or 9 custom views. Okay, all of these are done. So let's copy 8, 9. So all of these are custom views. Okay, and let me go further. So you have make the custom view, have 9 custom views. We need to apply them on every event viewer on every PC testing the app locker on it. Now we need to enforce or to change the app locker policy mode from audit to enforce. Okay, so we have our app locker rules in audit mode. Now we can change it to enforce mode. Okay, so and there is DLR rules also. It cannot be disabled, so that the rules are already there, or DLR rules. You can put it in audit mode. Here we can see, if we check, these are the rules. These are imported, okay, from the starter group policy, or we have imported it earlier in one of the videos. Here we can see that there's some rules prevent administrators from running browsers, allow everyone. So these are the rules. You can see, or let me open it more further. Here we can see that, for example, he is blocking the administrator on this PCs that we test the app locker on it. It's preventing the local administrator from running Internet Explorer web browser, not to access the internet. So are blocking the local administrator from accessing the internet, and this is good. So the local administrator account could not be hacked. Okay, running easily the Outlook email. So also this is to block the local administrator from accessing the internet, or the domain admin account to access the internet. This also to protect his account from hacking. Running Thunderbird, also relating to the internet. Chrome browser, blocking the internet for the local administrator. Firefox, Opera, all of these are browsers. Okay, so here we are blocking the access to the internet through email clients or through the browsers, different browsers, to protect the local administrators accounts and domain admin accounts, okay, from being hacked. And these are the rules. This is executable rules. For the executable rules, you can see this also for the Windows installer rules. So these are rules, they are imported directly. So we can see this is very easily imported. You can do this manually. Installer logs, okay, rules, you can see here. These are all we have seen in the previous video. So these are all already done for us. It's already imported, so we don't need to do it manually. Package app rules, so you can test these rules. These are all rules created, it is imported already. So I think maybe our documentation is finished, but let me see if we have anything else to do concerning this this documentation. I think we need to what we need to do here, we need to link the group policy of app locker to be applied. I think we have done this before. We have already linked the group policy to be applied. Here we can see it is applied to certain group in the Active Directory, or our test app locker computers in our Active Directory. So I think now it is already done. We need to open one of the machines. Okay, in the upcoming video we will open one of these test machines and see if the app locker rule is applied to it, and to see the event log, if our custom views will be imported or it will be used in the event viewer. So I think here we are talking about, or I am trying to see the, here I am preparing a couple of accounts to log in on every machine. So every one of these machines I am using a certain account, a local administrator account and the standard user account and a domain admin account. So here I will use or domain admin account, or a local administrator account, or a standard user. So we will try different users on different machines and see the different results. Okay, so here I'm just preparing myself to use certain users, prepare a text file and put the users that I will use to log in on every one of these test machines. Okay, so in the Ally Army I need to get 2 or 3 accounts: local administrator, domain admin and standard user. The same for the Russian army, the same for the Japanese army, I think. So I think we can pause this real quickly. So here this is one user, this is a normal user or a standard user. We will log in to a machine in the Ally army with a standard user. This is called Alphonse. This is a user, he's a standard user, not a local administrator. So I am preparing a text file and put the user accounts in it, so I can use it later. So this is a standard user. We will use it, call Alfred, this is the username. We will use it to log in on Tank 10 to see the app locker rules. So this is a normal user, and then we need another domain admin account. Okay, here I am resetting the password, domain admin account and the local administrator account, so we can test all of the app locker rules on it. Remember that there is an app locker rule to block internet for the local administrators and the domain admin accounts. Okay, so let's see here. This is a normal user. This is a local administrator user, IT workstation admin 2, and then we need another account as a domain admin account. Okay, not a domain admin account, but an IT account in the OU of the army, or we need an account for the Ally IT that can manage the Active Directory. We have said that we have separated managing or troubleshooting the users from accessing the Active Directory. So every IT have two users, one as a local administrator to manage the machine and another user to access the Active Directory and join PCs to the domain. So we'll use two users, a local administrator account, Active Directory account, and standard user account. This we will see in the upcoming video. We'll test it on Tank 10. This is a PC in the Ally army. So we will see that and test our app locker rules. Here we can see that this documentation contains some things related to that we can have more event details concerning the app locker by using some scripts. So we will use some scripts to make the event logs or the event IDs written in the event viewer concerning the app locker to give more data. We will see that in the upcoming video. But as for this, the documentation is finished from my part. The upcoming video will test the app locker rules and see it, and we will talk further, or we will go further in our Red Alert Labs scenario. Hope this video was informative for you all, and thank you all for viewing. Thank you so much.